What separates a good fighter from a champion? Power, technique, heart, absolutely. But there's one foundational pillar that makes all of that possible: cardio. And when we talk about cardio in combat sports, one group has become the literal gold standard: the fighters from Dagestan. Is it really just from running up mountains? Or is that just the tip of the iceberg? And have sports scientists known the real answer all along? Cardio wins fights. In combat sports, skills matter, but if you gas out, you lose. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're breaking down the science of cardio and endurance training for combat sports, and revealing why Dagestani fighters have some of the most legendary gas tanks in the world. Cardio in combat sports refers to the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessels to deliver oxygen and energy to the muscles during training and fighting. It's essentially your endurance system: how long and how hard you can perform before getting tired. For fighters, good cardio means keeping a high pace without gassing out, recovering quickly between rounds or explosive exchanges, maintaining focus, power, and technique even when fatigued. Your body uses three main energy systems to fuel movement. Each one plays a role in a fight, depending on the intensity and duration of the action. Here are the different types of cardio energy systems in combat sports. 1. Aerobic system, oxygen-based. Fuel, oxygen plus carbs plus fats. Duration, long-lasting, minutes to hours. Use in combat. Keeps you going through entire rounds, steady pace, movement, breathing control, recovering between flurries. Example, maintaining footwork and jabs for 5 rounds. 2. Anaerobic lactic system, glycolytic. Fuel, stored carbohydrates, glycogen, no oxygen. Duration, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. Byproduct, lactic acid, causes burning sensation, fatigue. Use in combat. High-paced combinations, grappling scrambles, explosive exchanges. Example, a 45-second ground scramble or high-volume punching. 3. Anaerobic lactic system, ADP system. Fuel, stored ADP and phosphocreatine, very limited supply. Duration, 0 to 10 seconds. Use in combat. Maximum power bursts, knockout punch, double leg takedown, explosive clinch break. Example, a knockout overhand right. In combat sports, fighters constantly switch between these systems. Aerobic equals keeps them going. Anaerobic lactic equals fuels intense bursts. Anaerobic lactic equals powers explosive actions. Why should you focus on cardio for combat sports? 1. Sustain high pace, endurance. Fights can last several rounds, and without strong cardio, your pace drops quickly. Good endurance lets you keep throwing strikes, moving, and defending without fading. 2. Explosive recovery. Combat isn't steady. It's bursts of sprints, scrambles, and power shots. Strong cardio helps you recover faster between explosive moments and stay dangerous. 3. Delay fatigue. Fatigue kills technique. Your guard drops, punches slow down, takedowns fail. Cardio training builds resistance against muscle burn, lactic acid, and oxygen debt. 4. Mental edge. Knowing you won't gas out gives you confidence. Opponents who tire first often make mistakes. You can capitalize. 5. Better oxygen delivery, efficiency. Improves the heart, lungs, and red blood cells' ability to transport oxygen to working muscles. Means you use less energy to do the same actions, more efficient fighter. 6. Fight strategy advantage. With superior cardio, you can push the pace, force your opponent to tire, then dominate when they slow down. Now, let's break down the Dagestani cardio training method, focusing on one of the best coaches, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. His cardio training system, the one he built for Khabib and many Dagestani fighters, was very structured, blending combat-specific endurance, mountain conditioning, and mental resilience. His philosophy was that cardio isn't just about lungs or muscles. It's about preparing the body and mind to keep applying pressure when others break. Here's a breakdown of his main cardio principles and methods. 1. Base building in the mountains. Altitude training in Dagestan's mountains was a cornerstone. Training at elevation increases red blood cell count and oxygen carrying capacity, which translates to superior endurance when fighting at sea level. Long runs uphill, sprints on slopes, and circuit work at altitude built both aerobic and anaerobic systems. 2. Combat-specific conditioning. Abdulmanap emphasized that cardio for fighters must mimic the sport. Shark Tank drills fresh training partners rotate and while the fighter stays in, forcing constant output. Wrestling pressure rounds non-stop grappling against resistance, simulating Khabib's smothering style. Ground-and-pound circuits blending striking and grappling in high-volume bursts. This made endurance functional instead of just roadwork stamina. 3. Mixed energy system training. He blended all three energy systems to create an infinite gas tank. Aerobic-based long-distance runs, swimming, cycling for recovery and volume. Anaerobic/lactic system high-intensity circuits, pad work, explosive wrestling scrambles. A lactic system short bursts of maximal power, sprints, throws, takedowns. This ensured fighters could recover quickly between exchanges and maintain pace. 4. Volume and discipline. Abdulmanap believed volume was key. Fighters trained twice or 3 times daily, with cardio integrated into both technical and physical sessions. But for example, morning runs/swims, midday technical drills, evening sparring/circuits. His fighters became comfortable with constant fatigue, so fight day felt easier than training. 5. Mental endurance. He tied cardio to mental toughness. Mountain runs until exhaustion. Extended wrestling sessions with no clear end, building resilience. Breaking sessions where the goal wasn't just physical capacity, but to test willpower. This produced fighters who could push at a suffocating pace without mentally quitting. All of this resulted in Khabib's ability to pressure opponents non-stop, drown them with grappling, and recover between rounds faster than rivals was a direct product of Abdulmanap's cardio philosophy. Now, here's how to structure this into a simple weekly plan. Day 1, aerobic base plus wrestling pressure. Morning, the steady-state run builds the crucial aerobic base. This system is fundamental for recovery between high-intensity bursts during a fight and for overall work capacity throughout a camp. Evening, the Shark Tank, fresh opponents rotating in, simulates the relentless pressure of a fight. It trains the aerobic system under wrestling-specific stress. The top pressure drills build isometric strength and mental fortitude. Day 2, explosive power, ATPPC, plus pads. Morning, this session targets the ATPPC, a lactic, system, which fuels maximum efforts lasting 10 seconds. Hill sprints and plyometrics develop explosive power and starting strength critical for takedowns and powerful strikes. Evening, the pad work follows the same principle. All out, fight-ending flurries that mimic the use of the lactic system. The long rest, 60-90s, allows for near-full recovery, ensuring each flurry is done with maximum power and speed. Day 3, lactic conditioning plus grappling grind. Morning, this circuit is a classic lactic tolerance workout. The 30s on/90s off format forces the body to work in a state of high acidosis, the burn, teaching it to buffer lactate and operate under extreme fatigue. This is the feeling of round 3. Evening, directly applies lactic tolerance to grappling. The 45 scrambles are pure misery and simulate the exhausting, high-paced exchanges that decide fights. The max effort ground and pound further drains the system under fight conditions. Day 4, active recovery plus technical flow. Crucial day. This is not a day off. Active recovery, swim/cycle, promotes blood flow to repair muscles without impact. The evening session focuses on technique and feeling the movements without the pressure of winning the round. This prevents technical decay while allowing the central nervous system and body to recover from the previous 3 brutal days. Day 5, lactic plus fight simulation. Morning, the 30s/60s intervals are another potent lactic workout, but this time through running. It improves the ability to maintain a high pace. Evening, this is the peak simulation session of the week. The 5-minute rounds with rotating partners and no rest are a direct replica of a fight's demands. It tests and trains all energy systems simultaneously. Explosive bursts, strikes/takedowns, lactic suffering, mid-round, and aerobic recovery between rounds and during clinch/cage control. Day 6, long endurance plus mental toughness. Morning, the long run/hike serves 2 purposes. 1, it further strengthens the aerobic engine, and 2, it is a massive mental challenge, building the resilience to push through fatigue for an extended period. Evening. Extended drilling under fatigue ingrains technique, so it remains sharp even when tired. Switching partners introduces different styles and pressures. Day 7. Rest/active recovery. Non-negotiable. The body doesn't get stronger during training. It gets stronger while recovering from it. This day is dedicated to facilitating that process through mobility, flexibility, and very low-intensity activity to prepare for the next week of training. This schedule is highly intensive and is designed for a fighter in the final weeks of a hard training camp, likely leading into a fight. It demonstrates advanced periodization, targeting all three energy systems, aerobic, anaerobic lactic, and anaerobic lactic, while constantly reinforcing the technical and mental demands of MMA. So, there you have it, guys. If you want an infinite gas tank, like the Dagestanis, you need balance. Build a big aerobic base, sharpen your lactic system for pressure, keep your explosiveness with a lactic training, and most importantly, train your cardio through fight-specific drills. Skills win fights, but cardio decides who can use their skills when it matters most. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Who do you think has the best cardio in combat sports history?